power and elegance. Africa's big cats. We think of them as kings, ruling over fearful subjects. But not all their neighbors accept that role. This powerful hyena clan is constantly clashing with the local pride of lions. 3 lionesses with 9 cubs on the granite rocks of the Serengeti. They've survived their first perilous months. But all 9 will soon face serious challenges. As the pride breaks up, the future of the young lions is thrown into doubt. While their eternal enemies, the hyenas, have not gone away. The duel of the hunters continues. These rocks are the center of the lion's territory. It's an ideal location with plenty of hideaways for young cubs. 3 lionesses have safely reared their young here. Nearby waterholes attract a steady supply of potential prey. Bulky zebras are difficult quarry for a single lioness. But one of the 3 females decides to take them on. Crowded together, the zebras are not on their guard. That helps, but the lioness must cross a lot of open ground. A lion's attack is an enthralling mix of stalking, speed, and brute strength. Spotted hyenas, in their clan headquarters close to the Rocky Valley, use entirely different tactics. The tightly organized pack raises its young in the open savanna. Hyena females dominate, in a strict hierarchy that can hold the clan together for decades. Lion kings rarely control a pride for more than 2 years. And the monarchs of the rock pride have been deposed in a fight with foreign males. One of the kings has disappeared, the other is seriously wounded. His time has run out. He can no longer protect his offspring. And yet he has done better than many another male. His young are already grown and nearing independence. Now all he can do is survive, alone. barely able to hunt. New males now rule the territory of the rock pride. That's not good news for the existing older sons of the pride. The interlopers will not tolerate any other males. Any encounter could be fatal. The conquerors lose no time claiming the spoils of their victory. They know they too could be deposed at any time. Within 3 weeks, the females are ready to mate with them. These are uncertain times for the lionesses. Will the new males be strong enough to protect their young? Will they stay at all? Or will they move on, looking for more territories and more females? The 2 oldest sons of the previous kings have already quit the Valley of the Rocks. They have turned into nomads, wandering on their own in the hope of finding another territory to take over. As singletons, it would be almost impossible to drive away the males of another pride. In tandem, they might just have a chance. A hyena clan rarely knows such upheavals. High-status females guarantee the stability of the pack. Whenever they can, these females reinforce their alliances to maintain their position, so a hyena pack can stay together for generations. The only newcomers are males joining from outside, and they start right at the bottom. Rebellions are rare. One evening, 3 females sense an opportunity to rise in the hierarchy. They've been supporting each other for months. Now it's become a strategic alliance. First, they intimidate a suckling mother. They would never dare to do that alone. As a trio, they can mob a higher status female without risk of retaliation. After the first success, they now dare to approach their real intended victim. It's an older hyena who has often defended her position with vicious bites. The coup succeeds. The 3 rebels have upset the hierarchy. But there's still a long way to the top. In the lion's pride close by, things have calmed down. The younger siblings are ignored by the new kings. They don't see the sub-adult sons as a challenge to their rule. But the brothers are already much stronger than their sisters and claim most of the food. Soon, rough and tumble between brothers and sisters could turn into something more serious. Real tensions begin to surface. A few days later, it's serious. Some of the young lions have been injured in the squabbles. The young males have not been banished by the new rulers, and they're making their sisters' lives very difficult. Only a few days ago, they were still playmates. Now, teeth and claws have drawn blood. These wounds will heal soon, but there's no love lost between them. Unlike hyenas, lions have no fixed hierarchy. With so many animals living together, the situation easily becomes confused and unwieldy. The sibling group is gradually breaking apart. First, two females break away. The 5 remaining brothers stay together, and 2 of the sisters stay with them. The 2 female singletons remain close to the rocks, but avoid their relatives. Soon, they are completely independent. They're already good hunters, but they lack experience, especially dealing with their neighbors, the hyenas. The coming weeks will be a hard school. The first lesson, hunting at night, the best chance to approach unseen on the open plains. They usually start out separately, often stopping to listen closely. The impalas are too fast for them. But the young lionesses have noticed something else. Topi, and they haven't sensed the predator's presence. Neither predator nor prey can see much. They orient themselves almost entirely by their hearing. Her sister targets the antelopes too, approaching from the opposite side. The sound of the first attacker's tread gives her away. The antelopes are too fast for her. But her sister is in position in time. A perfect ambush. A hyena has registered the lioness's hunt. Right away, it's on the spot. And a hyena is rarely on its own. The lioness has to keep the death grip on the antelope's throat. She can't drive the hyenas away. Her sister storms in, but the hyenas won't give up. And the row attracts more and more clan members. It's getting dicey for the young lionesses. They eat as much and as fast as they can, just like the hyenas. When so many hyenas come together, the ranking system they have evolved over time minimizes fighting and biting. The hyenas get bolder as their numbers increase. Finally, they move in for the lot. All the sisters can do is get out if they're alive. It's a hard lesson. Watch out when hunting when there are hyenas about. These unpleasant experiences take the sisters to areas where they're less likely to bump into hyenas or other lions. There's little competition here, but where the grass is tall, woody and stringy, there are few herbivores. They spend days looking for food. And finally, they find something. In this grassy jungle, warthogs don't go on long walkabouts. Especially when they have young. For the hungry lions, they may be the last emergency rations. Warthogs are hard to catch and they don't give in easily. You have to get close or risk losing them in the high grass. An adult warthog can outrun a lioness in a long chase. And even the young are not easily brought down. She will soon lose energy for the pursuit. But her sister has held back until now. And she finishes the job. Meat is hard to come by. That's why predators are such bitter rivals. Not just lions and hyenas, but lions versus lions too. The worst competition is often within, not between the species. To find a big carcass is to win the lottery. Both lions and hyenas will consume carrion whenever they get the chance. An anthrax epidemic has killed dozens of hippos. Enormous amounts of food, if you have the stomach to digest it. There's so much to go round. This noble male doesn't need to pull rank. In fact, many big cats scratch along in this less than exalted manner, whether it's because they're inexperienced or too old, like this aged battler. The crocodiles will take their share too. For this old lion, the epidemic is a lifesaver. No longer able to hunt, he often goes hungry for weeks. For him, emulating the hyenas by eating carrion is sensible. Royal dignity must be dispensed with. But that doesn't mean he wants to share. He can still make an impression. And in fact, this mountain of meat has half restored his strength. But the crocodile senses he isn't capable of a real attack. And it's no longer intimidated by his threats. Nothing for it but to withdraw. Male lions die much younger than females, many of them exactly this way. He has come to the end of his long life. Other lions that aren't so skilled at the chase have a different strategy to find food. This isn't so very royal either. In fact, it's rather laborious. The older sons of the banished kings have gone their separate ways, and one of them has learned that warthogs are not always safe in their holes. One warthog is lying tantalizingly close to the entrance to the burrow. The lion mustn't get within range of his dangerous tusks. Sometimes, warthogs choose a burrow that's too small to protect every member of the family. The hogs are basically sitting in a trap. They can only hope the lion will tire and give up. It was 4 hours of hard work before the lion pulled the hog out of the tunnel mouth. 2 young and a second female got away. The hard graft was worth it. This warthog will feed him for more than a week. Not far away, a hyena mother has uninvited visitors. A group of warthogs are surveying her home, perhaps a better one. They show her not the slightest respect. The hyena is unsure. She can't attack an adult warthog. That would be too dangerous. Hyenas and hogs both need the holes to protect their young from cold and from predators. They have no choice and must both live with the risk that a lion will occasionally turn his paws into shovels. There are new arrivals at the Valley of the Rocks. After 4 months, a lioness has given birth to the conqueror's offspring. But the new kings didn't stay and soon disappeared. The previous litter is nearly 2 years old. They won't help defend the young or the territory. In fact, they're competitors for food and will steal their share from any kill. The newborns could even starve to death. The young males are especially greedy. The lioness mother has to do something. This isn't her first warning. But with every passing day, the message is clearer. It's simple. Get out of here. The bachelors must leave their land. It's the end of the old rock pride. It's tough on the adolescent males. Until now, they could scrounge off their mother or their sisters. Now they'll have to fend for themselves. Five young males have powerful potential, but they need self-confidence, and that comes with experience. That has to be earned. A massive bull may be too ambitious for a first go. These boys have witnessed many a buffalo killed by the pride. They know they must attack from behind to avoid those deadly horns. For a few seconds they had a chance. But the bull has allies. They can't separate him from the group. It'll take a few more rehearsals to have it down pat. If they stay together, there's a good chance they'll become successful hunters, though it may not seem so yet. Months have passed. The land has dried out. More and more fires are starting. In the south of the Mara Reserve, vast expanses are burning. Rising hot air draws huge amounts of smoke and water vapor into the atmosphere. As the fire rips across the grasslands, it's an inferno for the smallest animals. For the storks, it's feeding time. Kestrels also indulge with abandon. Like the white storks, they're still in their winter quarters. This is their last feast before heading home. Lilac-breasted rollers seek out hunting perches right behind the line of the fire, and just have to wait. Tropical grasslands are adapted to regular, naturally occurring fires. The savanna used to burn every 5 to 7 years, and then recover quickly. But in recent years, bushfires have increased dramatically. Satellite photos show vast plumes of smoke drifting over Africa for months on end. This isn't just the result of climate change. More and more farmers and herdsmen are setting fire to bush and old grass to clear fields and renew pastures. Most of the grass roots withstand the brief extreme heat, and the ash fertilizes the soil. Once it rains, the land is soon green again. But when there are too many fires, the vegetation changes. Fire-resistant red oat grass now dominates the borderlands between Kenya and Tanzania. Scientists fear that wide swathes of this protected region will no longer support good grazing for antelopes and gazelles. For the large mammals, the fires aren't an immediate problem. They simply get out of the way. But for the smaller animals, it's not so easy. The young hare is scared to run too far. Its mother must be able to find it. Its singed coat is the least of its problems. The raptors are circling above. It's safer to stay under cover. Towards evening, the wind will drop. The little hare has more or less survived its adventure. Its mother will soon find it again. In the fire season, the sun frequently rises behind a pall of dark smoke. The black, devastated land is an apocalyptic sight. Animals walk through the carbonized landscape. Plenty of opportunists arrive to see what they can pick up. Warthogs aren't great nomads. They stay for the last remnants of grass and wait for fresh shoots. So the charred land is never empty. Now, all depends on the weather. If it stays dry for months, most hooved animals will leave. If it rains, these areas will be especially desirable, even for lions, because the fresh grass will attract ever more herbivores. So for territorial animals like lions and hyenas, fires bring uncertainty. Territories might be given up. Nearby clans and prides may be challenged. Neighbors and nomads break into temporarily abandoned territories. The rock pride siblings are caught up in the chaos. One of the solo lionesses wants to settle here, but her two sisters have already claimed the territory. The sisterly relationship isn't entirely forgotten. There's no fight. The occupiers leave it at a silent warning. This year, the inhabitants of the charred and singed savanna don't have long to wait. The rainy season is punctual and abundant. Salvation for all the animals of the Mara Reserve. Briefly, the savanna blooms. The antelopes return to their accustomed areas. And some of the hunting grounds are newly staked out. The territory of the rock pride has been undefended for some time. Increasingly, neighboring lions are entering the space. Three months after the Great Fire, the lush green attracts plenty of hooved animals. The new grass, just a few centimeters long, is especially nutritious and succulent. For lions, this is now a land of opportunity. A new pride has occupied the territory. The Topis know the lions are too sluggish in the heat of the day to take one of them by surprise. They foregather in a jousting yard, a lek. The bulls command small territories from which they banish other males. They try to convince as many females as possible of their qualities in order to mate with them. That involves a lot of running round and showing off. It can be exhausting in the increasing heat. But defend your patch successfully, and you get your reward. Toward midday, most females leave. It all goes quiet. The lions are resting, and many of the bulls do the same. Others may prefer to freshen up. Hyenas are famous for their liquid siestas, which are most unusual for lions, and yet some of the new arrivals do take a quick dip in the midday sun. This is very rare behavior for big cats. Maybe a single female first took the plunge, and then it became a pride tradition. So the hyenas on the edge of the rock valley have new neighbors. But right now, they're only interested in the ungulates, the hoofed animals. The bulls wait stoically for the return of the antelope females, resting in the shade. No lion could get this close to one of the antelopes without provoking a powerful alarm reaction. The antelope bulls will not leave their mini territories to be taken over by a rival. They must simply tolerate the heat. The hyena has no intention of disturbing anyone. She's simply approaching on tiptoe. The antelopes keep an eye on her, but she makes it clear she has no interest in them at all. They're just lying there as she strolls by. The antelopes show no sign of fear. The hyenas disguise their intentions perfectly. And so a deadly game develops in the heat. Are the bulls paying enough attention? The antelopes just don't seem worried. The hyenas don't seem to be cooperating with each other at all. They look supremely relaxed, even though they're fully concentrated and focused on their prey. Most of the antelopes still have no idea what's going on. But the game continues. Attacks like this are a challenge, even with the benefit of surprise. The bystanders at the waterhole stay cool. The two hyenas continue their stroll. And turn a midday nap into a nightmare. The hyena is hanging on with its full weight. No way is it letting go. And now the clan colleague joins in. The buck is in deep shock and is overcome. The lioness knows exactly what's going on and knows there's no rush. Like the most natural thing in the world, she claims the kill with a lion's typical bite to the throat. A second lioness soon joins her. And a third is already on the way. It takes time for more hyena to get here from the Valley of the Rocks. This is right on the edge of their territory, and the lionesses are creating a fait accompli. They're lucky there are so few hyenas here. They can hold their own against 4. The hyenas won't counterattack, yet. Knowing time is short, the lionesses ruthlessly impose their dominance with their teeth. The original huntress was unlucky. Bitten by a lioness, she'll be out of commission for the next few days. The lionesses won't let the hyenas get away with anything. Even though a lion would never touch the entrails. The noise level builds as the hyenas call for reinforcements. One other factor plays for the lions. The hyenas belong to different clans, and so they won't cooperate. As they pursued the antelopes, they invaded another clan's territory. As more hyenas arrive, they must assess who they're dealing with before they move on to the kill. It doesn't matter who made the kill. The important thing is which clan has more members here. So when the lionesses withdraw, the Rock Valley hyenas yield to the neighbor clan that outnumbered them. The winners eat as fast as they can. That's a rule of hyena life. And once again, Their strict hierarchy decides who gets how much to eat. A hyena clan may constantly compete with the lion pride, but their conflict with hyena neighbors is just as fierce. When famished Rock Valley hyenas try to enter the fray, they risk serious injury. For a few minutes, the Rock Valley clan seems to get the upper hand. But in the end, it's a numbers game. The attack is repulsed. Hyenas are unquestioningly loyal to their clan. Hyenas and lions. For millions of years, they have been bitter adversaries. Both live in large family groups, attacking the same prey in the same habitat. But in the course of their evolution, they have developed vastly different survival strategies. Traditionally, we find lions more attractive. But their underappreciated rivals are in their own way just as successful. And as long as we don't change the rules, the duel between lions and hyenas will endure through the ages to come.